Hello and welcome to Dabbling in Journals, and today I'm going to be dabbling in 3 journals. So I've got my Hobonichi planner here, and I've also got my standard traveller's notebook from Traveller's Company, which has got a vertical Traveller's Company insert in it that I'm going to work in, and then this olive traveller's notebook from Traveller's Company has all my tarot bits in, so I'm going to do my focus of the week. So let's start with the little planner. And I'm loving this so far, really enjoying it. So I've got it in this little Sojourner folio. And I did a setup video. So I've got my monthly here. And then I did my goals page last time. And I did a little doodle of a gonk with a flying croissant. And I've started using it, so let's just show you quickly. I have a to-do list. I've got a little place there for my daily tarot card drawer that I just use for a little bit of inspiration and something to think about during the day, and I write my meal at the bottom. And again, I've done the same. I'm using this Hobonichi. That is a hard word, to be fair. A Hobonichi pen, which is a brush lettering pen with a fairly hard nib, but as you can see I need to practice because I'm not getting a very consistent look here, but I'm hoping to improve. So by the end of my Hobonichi, maybe I'll be doing beautiful hand lettering. Who knows? So I just decorated with a bit of washi there. Now these 2 days we were having a family emergency, more on that later, and I wasn't able to spend time on my planner, so I used my tactic that I'd already decided on, whereby I'm not going to panic if I miss a page. I just wrote a quotation here from Aristotle which says, "To appreciate the beauty of a snowflake, it is necessary to stand out in the cold." So there's something to ponder. And then on this page I just did a little collage with some papers and stickers and this girl rub-on. So, and I've still got many meals at the bottom. And then carrying on, I started planning again on Friday, just with some to-do lists, some important information and notes, and I used some stickers. And that takes me to Sunday, so which is today. So I thought I would just do a little bit of planning in here with you. And I've decided to go for green on this spread, and I've got a Zig Clean colour dot pen in the colour Pale Moss. And I have a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen, brush pen in the colour Earth Green. So what I thought I would try today is just doing my titles over the top of a bit of colour, just to add some colour. So I'm going to put a bit of colour there. I'm just scribbling it on for my to-do list, and a little bit of colour down here for my tarot, and I'm going to do the same over here. And I'm hoping that this pen isn't going through. Let me just check. Nope. Excellent. And my tarot here. And I've already got my meals written in for the week, and that's what I'm really loving about having a dated planner. I can plan ahead of my decorating, and I can put little notes in like I have there if there's something that I need to do. And to match those colours, I'm just going to use some Note and Wish washi tape, and I like just covering up the little quotations at the bottom. I do read them, but then I like covering them up with some washi tape for decoration. So I'm going to put a little bit there and a little bit there, and then I think I'll put a little bit of this nice greeny coloured one with the flowers. Where shall I put that? I could put a little bit here, like so. And then I'm going to write in my to-do and my tarot. There we go. And I'm going to just use this dot pen to do my bullet points for today. And there are a couple of things that I need to do today. One is filming a video And I'm also going to try and edit today. So let's see if I can be super quick. So I'm sort of focusing on that. And then I want to do a little bit of self-care this afternoon because I've had a really stressful week. So I really want to focus on a bit of self-care there. And then all I need to put down at the moment for tomorrow is I need to phone the vet. Oops, wrong pen. I need to phone the vet to change an appointment. And then I shall just add a few stickers. Don't want to take up too much room in case I need to write notes or anything. But I just thought I'd use these from Sticky Club because they've got these lovely brown and green colour going on. So I'm going to pop one down there. And then I think I will put this one over here. And I think that looks quite nice. So really simple, quick and easy, but I can get the information that I need. And I'm really interested to see how this will evolve over the course of the year. So that's my planning done in my little Hobonichi. That's all I need to do for today, which is lovely. And so I'm going to move on now to my personal journal, which has got my vertical insert in it, and I want to decorate that for next week. So the first week I didn't use this, so I just did some notes on self-care. So I did some notes on self-care for mental health, and the ideas that I came up with from Googling were these: tell people what helps. So when I'm struggling, it's important that I communicate to the family and friends who are caring for me what it is that actually helps. Spot my early warning signs. So I want to start using this insert to spot an early warning sign so that I can try to avert any mental health crisis. Keep a mood diary, which I will do in here. Build your self-esteem. Well, my channel does that for me because you always write such lovely comments to me, which is really helpful. Thank you. And then we've got nourish your social life. That's a really hard one for me, so I'm going to have to work on that. Try peer support, so contacting other people that have complex PTSD, maybe sharing tips and tricks. Make time for therapeutic activities like relaxation. I've just put that into my planner. Mindfulness, getting into nature are all really good things for your mental health. Then, of course, looking after physical health, getting enough sleep if I can, keeping active, avoiding alcohol. And that's something that's really important for me to focus on because obviously it's absolutely fine for me to have a glass of wine with a meal or in a social occasion. But when I'm having a stressful time like I am this week, it's really important that I avoid using alcohol to make me feel better because that's not a good way, you know, to use it. And then I've also put make time for personal care and make sure that you eat healthily. That's another thing that I tend to let go of when I'm stressed by something. So I've got some helpful tips there, and if I think of more things I'll make a tip in on this page and then it'll all be together. This was my first week, and the first thing that I did for self-care this week was I purchased this book. Now I can't recommend it yet because I haven't read it all, but it's a little book called The Self-Care Year by Alison Davies. Okay, she's got the same name as me. That's good. That's a good omen. It says reflect and recharge with simple seasonal rituals. So it's got all kinds of ideas for things that you can do at different times of the year that are good ways to care for yourself. So I thought, oh, that's fun. It's got some lovely illustrations as well. Look, really cute. Really cute. So I've got that book, and the one thing that I picked out this week from my book was to enjoy the wintry spice of cinnamon. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon to a hot drink, then mindfully inhale the aroma and draw in the warmth deep into your belly, it said in the book, and then savour the taste on your tongue. So a really simple little mindful activity, and the smell of cinnamon is really warming, so that's why I think it feels wintry. So I did that on Saturday. And then the other things that I put in here, well, we've had a family emergency this week because my mother-in-law was very suddenly taken into hospital. She spent Christmas with us and she was really well and happy and we had a nice time. And then she collapsed and it's been horrendous because we're so worried about her. While she was in hospital, she had a fall and scans revealed a bleed on her brain. We don't know if that was caused by the fall. So she'd actually then been diagnosed with having like a tumour, which is in her spinal column, pressing on her cord. So very serious, but they couldn't initially move her to the appropriate specialist until the bleeding had stopped in her brain. So she's really, really not very well. And she's currently having surgery. And actually, I thought, I haven't been doing very much. I mean, I spent 2 days just sitting by the phone, ringing and ringing, trying to get through to the hospital because they're so busy. They're so busy and they're so short-staffed. And it's, I mean, her care's been impeccable. I have no complaints, but it is really difficult to get information because obviously they focus on the patients, not answering the phone. But when you're at the other end of the phone, it's such a worry, and we're still obviously very worried about her. So I've just put in here on my, because I didn't have time to focus on thinking about things to do for myself, but we went to see her. I sort of bought pyjamas and snacks and took those to her. And I've just put here that when you are doing little acts of kindness or care for somebody else, that is actually a kind of self-care in itself, because if you do things which are kind and you help other people, it makes you feel good about yourself. I'm not saying that's why you do it, but it makes you feel good about yourself and is actually quite good for your self-care or your self-esteem. So I just made a sort of note about that because I was thinking about that. So that's my little self-care page for last week, and all I want to do now is decorate the next week's page because it's Sunday today. And I've put in here that I'm going to spend some time this afternoon relaxing and trying some mindfulness techniques. So I thought for decorating this one, I really enjoyed the decorations last week. So I pulled out another sticky club. I've got so many sticky club stickers. I thought I want to get using them because more and more keep coming. So I need to use them. And this one, the art is by Susie Zuki Yan, and again it's really beautiful. So we've got some sort of manga style illustrations, and it's got this sparkly, I wonder if you can see, it's got like sparkly green on it, really nice. So I thought I would use some of these. So I'm going to put this one, I'm going to do almost just to be quick and simple and not worry too much because I've got enough on my plate. I'm just doing a similar sort of decoration as I did last week. I liked how it looked and it worked really well. In fact, I've got a few stickers left over from last week that I'm going to put in my sticker release book in a minute. So let's put a little bit of the same green washi because they've got green in them, so I can use the same washi as I used in my planner. And if I can get through sort of working in 3 different journals in one video, it just goes to show that you can be fairly quick and efficient while still decorating your journals and enjoying making them look pretty. So I'm going to put another bit of this one. I really like this one with the little white flowers. And I like the colour green. It's sort of not too lurid, if you know what I mean. It's a lovely natural looking green on this washi. Let's put a little bit more down here. And then I don't quite know where I'm going to want my other stickers because it depends what I write and when. So as I did last week, that one's got a bit, I'm going to make it a bit shorter. I'm struggling to tear this washi. There we go. Is that a bit better? I might put a sticker there actually because it's got a sort of, I've made a sort of funny looking end to the washi. So which one shall I put? Little butterfly. Oh, I don't think that's a sticker. No, it's not. That's a shame, isn't it? Let's put this book then. There. So I'm all ready to make notes on self-care, either planning or journaling or snippets of information, so that I make sure that every week I'm thinking about how I can care for my mental health, my physical body, and so on. So hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration there for your self-care. Oh, I was just going to put I'm in the back here, I've got my little sticker release book, and again this was from Sticky Club, and I've just got a few tiny stickers left on this sheet, so I thought when I have that happen I will pop them in here, and then I will end up with a book full of pretty little stickers that I can use as and when I want to. So, and that one isn't a sticker. So that's that one. Loving this, do love this. I will do flip throughs at various points. Oh, and before I forget, I received this beautiful postcard this week. I will try and zoom in. Really love it. We've got that gorgeous little fox who is in a really wintry landscape. There's a teeny tiny snowman there and a house over on the hill, and there's a little owl hiding in the tree, and I think that's really an inspiring postcard that I might be able to use when I'm using my sketchbook to inspire me. So I really like that, and that was from Mel, Awful Gold she goes by, and thank you so much, Mel, because I love it. I love it. Right, and the last thing I wanted to do today was my Olive Traveller's Notebook, and I've turned this one into a tarot journal because I use tarot a lot for inspiring me and giving me things to reflect on. I think it's going to be really helpful in my self-care practice, and I just love the artwork, which I find inspiring. Now I have an insert here which is a insert which I'm using to steady one of my decks. Haven't got very far with this. I love it. Look at it. I love the crinkly paper. I love it. Every time I open it and look at it, I think, oh, I love that. I must carry on working in that. So I'm going to try and find some time for that, because that's so much fun to do this, that I think that counts as a kind of self-care, expressing yourself creatively and so on. So I have that one, and then I have this insert which I'm about to work in, which is my focus of the week. And then I've got an empty one here, and the reason for that is I was thinking about whether or not to do my daily tarot journaling in this book. And I got this insert out and I thought that would be perfect because I'd have all my sort of tarot related stuff together. But last year I was doing that in this little traveller's notebook, which I've got a stalogy in, an A6 stalogy, and I'm nowhere near the end of it. And it is really lovely, and I'm kind of tempted to just carry on in this so that I actually finish a book. And I think the reason, once this is finished, that I want to move into a smaller insert is I do find this a little bit overwhelming, the thought that it's just going to take so long to fill it up. But if I did it, if I actually filled it up, I would be so proud of it. So I was going to abandon this and move into this insert, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to carry on working in here and try and do so more regularly and get it filled up and full of my thoughts and feelings and reflections and all kinds of lovely personal things. So I'm going to keep this one going for now. So this one is just sort of blank. I was going to decorate it up, but I don't want to do that until I start using it. I have got this beautiful sticker that Marie sent me, just paper clipped to the front of the book, because it's a tarot card with a coffee cup on, which, you know, that's just so me, because I love coffee. So let's move into my focus of the week. And funnily enough, I picked the last card that I focused on was some time ago. I reckon it might have been before Christmas. I can't remember, and then I haven't been doing it, so I want to get back into it because I did really well with this. I did my focus of the week every week since I started this insert until we got to Christmas, and then obviously the worry with my mother-in-law, so it's been difficult to sort of keep up with my normal routines. But I am going to pick a card today. So that was my last card, and it was interesting because it's got a picture of a couple. It's the Two of Cups, and it looks like a very positive relationship that these two people are sharing together. Very loving, happy, positive relationship. But for some reason I decided to start thinking about, well, how do you know if your relationship is not a good relationship? How do you know that, you know, what warning signs should you look out for? So I googled that, and a failing relationship, signs of a failing relationship are things like resentment, disrespect, dishonesty, mistrust, distancing, defensiveness, contempt. Now, of course, they're all feeling words, and I am a person who suffers from complex post-traumatic stress disorder, so I do struggle with identifying and expressing feelings. And it occurred to me that when you Google something like this and you start thinking, does that mean I have a failing relationship? I mean, I know that I don't. I'm very lucky at the moment. I have a very positive, healthy relationship with my partner. But sometimes I do have these feelings, and it occurred to me that the reason that I sometimes have these feelings is because I'm an abuse survivor, and those are feelings that I experienced during abuse. And so sometimes when I flash back or dissociate or just respond to something like a trigger without realizing, I might feel these things and project them onto my partner. So for me, I don't think these are indicators of a failing relationship. I think they're indicators of past trauma for me, but obviously for some people they will be indicators of a failing relationship. And I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that be careful and think through any advice that you read online and make sure that it does apply to you and that there's not other ways of interpreting your own experiences. So what I'm going to do now is pick my focus of the week for this week coming, which I haven't done for a while, and I thought I would use this little oracle deck. This is one my eldest daughter gifted to me. It's got really pretty backs. Look, it's a bit spring-like. I think I'm only just going to use it this week, but I just feel like using this one, and it's all plants, which I thought would be really nice. They're all different plants and herbs. Herbs are a plant, obviously, but they're all different plants. Some of them I don't know what they are, so that's interesting in itself. And they've got keywords. So let's pick a card and see what keyword I get to focus on this week. And of course, it's a free world. If I don't like the card I pick, I don't have to use it. Because obviously this week is it's going to be another tough one for me as we wait and see what happens. I've been crying so much, I'm exhausted by it. But you feel very helpless when you've got a loved one going through something and you can't be with them. So let's see what card I get. I hope it's something nice and positive. Ooh, now that seems like a really good one to get because it says protection, and the plant, it says Rowan Sorbus Torminolus. I don't know how to pronounce that, but what a lovely card, protection. So for my focus of the week, I will be looking up the plant and see what I can find out about that. I expect it will tell me something in the guidebook, and then I will think about how I want to reflect on the notion of protection. But for now, all I'm going to do is decorate my page. So I had 2 clips a minute ago. There it is. Let's see. I want some fairly neutral paper to start with, I think, because it's just black and white with just a hint of red. What about that? I think that would be perfect with that card. What do you think? And this is some wrapping paper that was sent to me in a Happy Mail, which I've saved. And I don't know which bit I want. I think I might go for that bit there. Don't want the wings and this, just like that. So I'm gonna, well, of course it goes creamy looking because we're on cream paper. Does that matter? You know, I think I will. Am I being weird? No idea. It's just a bit of printer paper. But let's see. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm going to stick that down. Right, and then I want to do a little bit of stamping because I've got these new stamps. I think I used them in my last video. But you know when you get something new in your supplies, you just want to keep using them. So I'm going to ink up this little, it's like a frame, and they are MU stamps, or Moo. I always call them Moo. And where do I want it? I'm going to put one there. Yay! I always feel so relieved when stamps work. And then I've got all these lovely botanical ones, which is perfect for this image. And I'm just looking at them and trying to decide which one I want to use. I think I'm going to use that little one there. I'm getting ink all over the block. Should I put it in the frame? Why not? There we go. So I'll just put those to one side because I'm going to have to clean them. Having said that, I might do another stamp there. What shall I use? Oh, I know. I have these little Japanese stamps that I purchased from misopaper.co.uk, and I've got, which one shall I use? I think I'm going to use this one, Treasure Every Moment. That is something that suddenly becomes really obviously important to you when you have experience of something which seems life-threatening. While you have life, enjoy and experience every moment. So I've put that one there, and now I just want to add a little focal point to this decoration, and I'm thinking I may have a nice ribbon sticker. Now, oh, look at all these red. Or let's use one of these red ones. They're Christmas ones, but it doesn't matter, does it? Well, there's that really big bear there with the jumper on. I like him. He's just calling to me. He's just calling to me. Right, let's get that bear. This is wintry, but not quite so Christmassy. Where shall we put him? Let's put him there. Does he show up enough? The only trouble with ribbons, they're quite transparent. I'm going to put him there. There. Lovely. So what I do now is I take a photograph of the card and I stick it on the page somewhere, and then I journal about the keyword, and I will share whatever I come up with next week with you. So thank you so much for watching my planning and my self-care journaling and my focus of the week, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.